All right, so I'm Pat.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey. I mean, I guess this is relevant to what we're talking about here. The bitching that we're having about
Windows 11. 11.
a lot of things, not just Windows 11, about the Grok app, why it is they're disallowing from using that at work and stuff like that. It's just I don't know, man. Just when you talk about life's needless hassles, and then you talk about things like Copilot, like that's the shit where um like at least Clippy would try.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. He
Like,
wasn't a jerk about it. Yeah, Copilot's kind of a jerk about it. So, yeah,
and he was up front. He's just look. I can tell you, it's like, hey, you look like you're trying to start a document. You want
right.
me to show you how to,
That's
to
right.
get
Would
a
you like a
template?
template?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Instead of like, hey, I'm Copilot. I can do anything for you.
And
Can
then
you do
yeah,
this?
yeah.
He's
It's
like,
like,
I can't do
I
anything.
can't do anything.
Right.
Yeah. So I can tell you how to do it. It's like that's not what I want, man.
As a matter of fact,
I
tell you what.
want you to do it.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so whenever you're typing, whenever you're using something on this application, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go ahead and put my logo up there, right? And get in the way of what it is that you're
Everything,
trying to do.
fucking everything, and all the different apps too. So that was the thing is, so like I didn't realize I was actually still rolling with like a version of Outlook's 2016.
Does it still work?
It was great. It doesn't work anymore. And
Uh,
so I was like, all right,
oh no.
and I mean, I had people like, there was a couple times it's like, all right, so here, let me send this to you,
Yeah.
kind of thing. They're like, I can't open this. So it's like, well, come here, take a look at it on my computer. And they're like, what are you using here, man? Why is your Outlook all jacked up? It's like, well, it's 10 years old, but it works. And now, so I had to actually go through and get all the web apps, installed on my machine the other day. All the Office Suite stuff.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like the word for online for the web sucks.
Oh, no, I don't like using
Yeah,
that. So, no, I don't like
it's
using that.
missing half the features of the regular app, man. It sucks.
Well, I'm talking about Office 365. I'm not using it online, but I have to get the actual apps through that and then download them.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
you. I
so
got you.
and
Okay.
I don't use them all. There's only like three that I use, and it's Word, Excel, and Outlook. So
No SharePoint. No.
no, PowerPoint is dead to me. So Jeff, I haven't written a PowerPoint probably like. Well, I went to a conference last year that I wrote one for, and then it didn't work.
Oh.
So because I had my wife's laptop, and I apparently I didn't shut it down the night before, and so I grab it to go to the conference the next day, and it's deader than a doornail. So because the fan was running on it the entire night because it was in my bag. Um,
Oh.
so it was cooked, and so, but I mean, I wrote a PowerPoint last year. I didn't even use it, so I don't use that. I don't use PowerPoint. I don't like. There's another one that they have. It's like graphic
Slide.
design.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. But I guess the other thing is Google Slides now, and
I
it's
don't like the Google. I don't like Google Docs. I don't like Google
nope,
Sheets.
nope.
I don't like Google Slides.
Well, I
So
mean, they are still
they're free, but
well, they're free. They feel like it, so
they
it's
do feel like it. Yeah.
they really do, man. There is like the joke has always been like, it's the grocery store thing where it's kind of like, no, you can't have Word. We have what is it again?
You can't have Apple
It's
Jack.
DOS. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like we have
Right.
Word at home,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But you don't. No,
But
you
no,
have
you
Google
don't. Yeah.
Slides.
I have Google Slides. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was thinking like generic cereal at the bottom.
Oh no, no, you're,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
It's
No,
like, no, we don't get Apple Jacks around here. You get Apple Loops. You
well,
know?
let's say you're right. You get Apple Halos, and they
Apple
do
Halos.
they do come in a bag.
Apple O's.
Yeah, and they do come in a bag. So
Yes, they come in a bag.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then your mom always says, well, they come from the same factory. You know they don't. Yeah.
So how do you know
How do you
this?
know this?
No, you're right. It is. They're the Temu versions of all the rest of the suites. And again, like I do appreciate so that being said, I do appreciate that there's essentially a suite of things that if you don't want to use Microsoft stuff, it's there, it's
It's there.
free.
Yeah.
It is something that you can go ahead. It's easy to transfer.
And it's so much better than Open Office. I used to have people use Open Office for years, and
Right.
then it would just be like, every doc that I was trying to open with, it was like, This file extension is not recognized. Are you sure you want to open this, you dumbass? It might be a Trojan horse.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I hear Greeks on the inside.
And I will say this: I think the other thing about the Google side of things is that it is easier
Yeah.
for fucking Mac people to use and work back and
Right.
forward with regular people. So now you and I have said this. I've made this perfectly clear with the people I work with. I'm with you on this one. It's like, hey, listen, I
can't
can
read it.
I can do this, and I have places and I have ways to convert notes into actual files.
Yeah.
I won't be doing that.
No, you can do that.
You
before
have
you
to
send
do
it to.
that.
Yeah, exactly. You're the
Right.
guy who chooses to actually own an Apple.
Because well, it's not even just to own the Apple. It's also like, all right, look, if you want it to look a certain way, you have to send me that version.
Yes.
Instead of me doing this and risking whatever comes out on that back end not meeting your standards.
Usually hot garbage. So, yeah, Pages.
Pages.
When
yes.
people submit things to
Pages,
me in
that's it.
Pages, I just immediately give them a 0 on it and send it back and say, upload as a PDF, please. Because you can say in Pages, you can save as a PDF for free. So, and there
You're
you
right.
go. It will not fuck up your formatting. So,
You're correct. PDF files are very easy to put comments on.
yes.
Now, that being said, I do wish that format changed somehow so that Adobe would go out of business.
I would like to delete Adobe. I keep the PDF, lose Adobe.
But I think they own that format.
I think they do, man.
So
they're the worst company, though. They're like, I mean, there's a few like true parasite companies,
harassers,
and that one is definitely
yeah.
That's the one that the parasite that like taps you. The smart ones just kind of hide there, and you don't want to know. This one's like, hey, fucker, hey, you should upgrade me.
The whole. I mean, that's the thing that the even the best. This is the parasites work, and they're very good at this because when they're drinking your blood. Right. The best parasites inject something that makes it so you don't notice.
Yeah, exactly. Like
leeches do this.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes do this.
Yeah. Horseflies do not.
No, they're just eating you.
Yes. Yeah. and that's what fucking Adobe is.
Correct. They're not borrowing your fluids, and that's the thing is good parasites are going to feed off you silently.
Yeah.
For years.
Yes.
Right.
Or until they're full, which is not possible with Adobe.
So. That's correct. Yeah, and again, they are serial harassers. I feel like there's a thing. There's this term that they use in Japan. I think it's starting to make its way around the rest of the Eastern world. Is black companies, right? And that is basically like this is their distinguishment at this point because of the culture of work that they had there.
Yeah.
Where those traditional companies that overwork the employees, if they get that tag of being a black company, right, it's very much a enter at your own risk kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it becomes publicly known very well.
Yeah.
And it's also something that, as a moniker, it is starting to gather a little bit of shame, believe it or not.
A black company?
If you run these companies and you have that reputation.
Yeah.
So Adobe, I think...
So it's kind of like getting black market cable or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, I like, so if I were to picture, like, I bet you Adobe is a company like that.
Possibly. I don't know that much about them. I mean, I don't know. I used to have a subscription to Reader and then Acrobat ages ago.
Right.
And then finally I killed it off because I was like, you know what? So I know people at work who can crack PDFs now. So if I need one cracked, I'll just send it to them.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, I'm not going to mess with this on my machine anymore because their software is just ugly. So it's ugly and it's annoying and it's like, it gets in front of all of your other apps on startup.
You're right.
It's like, dude, you're in 8th spot. All right. So stop cutting on stop Q cutting here. So that's rude.
You're absolutely right. You're right. It's stuck in this. It feels and it looks like 2014. I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like you can look at certain things and you can say like you can pick on like, man, that's a really inoffensive and boring looking Pepsi logo, but at least you can tell that this is the era that it comes from.
Right, exactly.
And if you see the one where it's the big fat circle, you're like, oh, that's from the 80s.
I remember that. It's the 80s.
And then if you see the one
with
where
the swoosh in it,
the swoosh,
that's the 90s, man.
Yep. And then if you see the one that just says Pepsi on the side of the can,
you know it's post 2014.
In big capital letters. Yeah. So same thing goes. Like, I know that you'd know it. I know that you'd know exactly where it came from. If you saw that red Coke can and it said Coca-Cola Classic in that cursive, like in the middle, you'd know exactly that's from the 80s.
No, they're like that
90s,
now.
Yeah.
They're like that now. They went back to that.
Well, they do sometimes. I mean, a lot of they have the cans and bottles that have people's names on them.
They do have those too. But I get the 24 pack. Like my daughter's a Coke drinker now, so she drinks that every day.
You know what? I'm all right with that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good call. And if you buy it in the 24 pack, it's actually got the classic with the swipe.
Really?
The ribbon, and the Coca-Cola in cursive. So that, like the thing that I remember from the 80s was Diet Coke, which was just like written in Times New Roman. You remember that?
It's new because it was
Right.
It was the gunmetal gray can.
It was the gunmetal gray. Yeah. I think they call that Harbor Mess.
How do you know that?
I don't know, man.
No, you're right. That was the thing. It was the gray can with the red writing.
Yeah.
That even when you bought it, it looked like a knockoff.
Well, they had the white can for a while too. I remember that.
They did, but that's a Diet Dr. Pepper staple now. That's
I know.
That's
I think that's why they went back to the gray. So, but I do remember the white can.
Well, because Diet Pepsi also uses gray.
Yeah, they've all kind of gotten in there now, using the same ones. So,
well, it's
you have your primary
right?
color, and then you switch to gray for the diet.
Right.
But, yeah, there's just I don't know, man. Adobe has very few redeeming qualities, so I keep it off my home machine.
I think the dudes that are really struggling right now are dudes that are like the dudes that made like WinZip.
Yeah.
They don't know that you can just right click and open.
There's a lot of stuff like that. Like there was one, I can't remember what I was doing lately, but it wanted me to download like 7-zip or something like that.
Were you trying to open something with an RAR extension?
It's possible.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this. Sorry, guys, you just got past the point in time where I give a shit because you're going to make me download another app. So, and that happens to me all the time on certain things, man. Where it's just like, oh, yeah, this sounds like, something you could use. It's like, sure, I'll check it out. Well, you got to get our publishing app here. I was like, no, never mind, I'm out.
Right.
So, because my desktop is like, you and I talked about this with William. My desktop is impeccably clean. So,
not your inbox.
No, I can't keep up with that. That's my Gmail in particular and my work email. My Gmail every couple months, or I guess it's every couple of years, I have to go in and delete like the last 10 pages of emails in there just to free up space.
Right.
But I guarantee you there's over 15,000 emails there. And this is my utility email, man. And so if I have to punch my email into anything, that's the one that get used. And so it's just clogged. I mean, like on a given day, I probably get 100, maybe 110 messages or something like this. It's fucking crazy. So,
and I take it that's during the regular season and the off season as well.
Yeah, that's probably an average overall.
Yeah.
So the regular season, the holidays. Yeah.
But you know how it works.
Yeah, I know.
You still get emails on summer days. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Dude, I'll bet you fucking solicitors probably try and get at you during the summer.
Dude, they get me all the time, man. I mean, like Amazon itself probably sends me about 5 to 6 emails a day.
For what?
Just like, hey, we found this, and you might like it.
You're right. Oh, the things where it's like, I saw you looking at this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just like, stop creeping on me, Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Twitter does it too. So I get them because I don't have the app on my desktop. And so it'll send me, it was like, hey, you should download the app. And then a couple days, hey, you should download the app.
You didn't turn off notifications for those guys.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I did, actually. So, but it just kicks to my email, so I don't even fucking see it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm with you because, yeah, it is. It's weird, too, because it's almost like Amazon also knows like how close you were to pulling the trigger, or if
Right,
you
yeah.
were like if you spent a lot of time on the page and you like went up and down and you're checking reviews and shit,
Yeah.
and they kind of catch you on the edge.
Yeah. It's like, take another look. So it'll say things like that. It's just like, actually, no, you know what? You pushed me off the fence, man. Yeah. So,
Came on a little
yeah,
strong
it
there,
came
buddy.
out a little strong there, buddy.
Yeah.
So, better, like, yeah.
You know, that's sort of I've heard that's the same. Yeah, you don't give your number to the people that cut your hair.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because these are the people that will like they'll call you at like 1 in the morning and say like,
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
just be like, I just wanted to see how your haircut's doing.
Right, yeah. I haven't seen you in a while. I don't have too many people do. I have like, there's a couple contractors over the years that I do that. Like the guy who cut down all my trees.
Oh yeah,
Every
yeah.
6 months, he'll call me. It's this old lady who calls me. All right, so it just helps this guy out, And she's like, "Well, and she's got like this script that she reads, but and I mean, you can tell that she's just, maybe his mom or something like that,
Yeah.
or maybe his wife. I don't know. He's pretty old too. And she's just like, we were wondering if you needed any more work done. So if you do, you know who to call, kind of thing.
You know what? I don't mind that. No. As the rough thing, of course, for you is like trees take a while to grow.
I'm out of trees.
Right.
They're all dead.
Right.
Yeah,
that
so
is
I'm
correct.
good.
Yeah. So checking in on that, but I mean, if there's a version of that where they're hitting you up for like contacts, I can understand.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you would recommend them if
I would. Yeah, they did good work. They weren't cheap, but they were in and out, and they didn't land any fucking trees on my house. So
that's that.
I watched my neighbor do that. So not too long ago.
Did he do it himself or the contractor?
He did it himself, and he landed a tree on his fucking house. So bashed off his gutter. So
I can.
It could have fallen on my house. Oh yeah, that's right.
I can testify
know about this.
that they can do more damage than that. If he just lost his gutter,
Yeah,
he got off easy.
it just ripped his gutter off.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, it wasn't a huge tree, so it's probably an aspen tree, probably like this big around. So, but I mean, there's a lot of weight on that. Yeah, so it ripped his gutter off.
You know what weighs more?
What?
That fucking thing.
Oh yeah, that fell out of your house. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yours is a little bit bigger.
That is, it was like a 1.5 person hugging tree.
Okay. Yeah,
I would say
it was a giving tree. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If that's how you measure these things, I don't know if it's by weight or diameter or by height.
Right. Yeah.
Of course, I mean, I do every now and then people will pass around those pictures on the internet of those. What are they called? I think they're in Africa. They're those trees that are as thick as a city.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those. Yeah, they're in
baobab, I think, are called.
Oh, something
a baobab,
like that.
something like that. Yeah.
I think they're in Minecraft. So
that game, man.
Yeah, that game has gone like way far away. Yeah, from when we played it. Yeah, they have those, and what do they? They also have like what are they? The acacia trees, I think, is what's in there too.
What is an acacia tree?
You would recognize it. It's like.
Is it the one from Africa that
you always see like leopards in them and shit? So, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they have like a single trunk, but then a whole bunch of shit. They look like cactus almost.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. That's where because those are from Africa too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the class. And usually it's kind of at a little bit of a tilt.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then yeah,
yeah.
we have we have American trees that you can use first.
Yeah, we
Good
do.
ones.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if at a point Minecraft will actually get down to the nitty gritty of why you want to use a hardwood versus a softwood.
I don't know, man. There's so many mods on that fucking thing now. I'm sure there is. So I was watching this guy play it the other day, and I was just looking. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So it's like, wait a minute, you can use glue in this now. So
Well, you could put slime on a piston way back in the
we
day.
could do that, but you had to go fucking find the slime guys. So which took
Right.
forever,
Yeah.
And then I mean, you just like greedily smack them. Yeah, yeah. It's like I'm trying to make a fucking trap door,
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
booby trapped canyon or hallway in my castle. I need slime.
Yeah.
Let's murder this thing. Yeah, but then like there's some other things in there that are just completely different than they used to be. And so I was thinking, I mean, because that game is like it's got to be like 2012, 2011,
Feels like it.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Well, at least is that when we got to it? Because I know it had been around a while before we even got to
Yeah,
it.
but not like I mean, considering how long it's been around, we were still there at the early 10%.
You
No,
think
yeah,
so?
yeah,
Oh
totally.
man.
You know, um, yeah, because it started to blow up. Because I remember we got there way before they even had like now they got so many biomes in there. I only recognize a couple of them. You know, and we weren't there for any of those. We were there for like vanilla, where you got the desert and the grass and the
Uh,
mountains.
oh yeah, there was snow. There was a snow biome.
Yeah,
Like as we were playing it, I think they added the swamp.
they had the swamp while we were playing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, but now there's tons of them, man. So, I mean, like in all the ocean stuff, there's like five different biomes in the ocean alone. So
But see, that's cool. I
it
mean,
is cool.
again, this is sort of like the this is where me and like Windows 10 part ways, Windows 11 part ways. I'm like, if y'all can keep updating Minecraft like this,
Yeah. Why
right?
can't you update 10? Yeah.
You said you were going
You
to.
said. Oh, but then we needed more money. So
They're fine.
we got new executives, man. They need to demonstrate to their
Oh,
shareholder
that's true.
overlords that
Yeah. Well, I mean that is sort of their thing is they're bringing in. That's what Microsoft does. They import some dude fresh from India, and he says, "Oh, these are my plans to squeeze blood out of a stone.
right,
Um, watch me." And what happens is they do that, and it doesn't do anything.
right.
And what they do is they go back and they say, "Okay, well, thanks for trying. Here's the thing: is we still here's what you did. This accounted for like 1.5 billion. Okay. Now we still took in like here's the 27 billion we took in from Azure or whatever their cloud stuff is.
Yeah,
Here's the 31 billion we got from the Office suite,
yeah.
which we have brilliantly converted to a subscription model.
That
Um,
actually was really smart. So
I don't like it,
I don't like it
but
either, but if I was in charge
it's
of Microsoft,
that'd
it
be like
seems like
day
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You just look it over. It's like, all right,
Wait a minute.
how can we
Why are people still rolling around with Office 2003?
Well, that too. Well, okay, yeah, you're right on that. But the other piece is just kind of like, can we? How can we put DLC into
Right.
Windows?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just make some expansion mod.
Buy a bunch of costumes and shit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
I'm gonna
gotcha.
get some
Hats,
Windows fucking cosmetics.
right?
Yeah.
Skins.
Skins. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. And so yeah, for them,
Badges.
and you know what? And to be fair, because I remember, actually, I know you remember this. I remember buying software that came in the bulletproof
Mhm.
plastic shell,
Yeah. The
right?
box. The
Yeah,
box.
yeah. Because what you were going to pay for was like $200.
$200. Yeah. I remember that was a hard thing about getting a new computer sometimes because you go out and you'd buy a new computer and it didn't have Windows on it. So you'd have like
Yeah.
native Packard Bell Windows desktop thing. So, and then so you're all running around seeing if you knew someone who had like the master disk for like 3.1 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the custom jobs I ordered, um, they had the unactivated, basically like the fakey, fake
The
Windows
fake
key.
Windows key? Yeah.
Yeah, and so it had the activate Windows screen.
Oh, you had that one. Okay, got it.
Now, the thing that I like here is, I talked to them, and they're just kind of like, uh, they sent back some gibberish and some stupid language, and so, like, I looked at Microsoft and like, what would it take for me to upgrade this? They have a clemency program where
You could be absolved of your sins, you know.
kind of it was for a very reasonable amount. They were like, all right, we'll tell you what, you have it on your system for, I think it was something to the tune of like $60 or something like that.
Okay.
It's like, we'll activate it for you. It'll be a legit version.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, good. Because it was like a pawn shop. It was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know it was stolen.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The cops show up and they're kind of like, hey, man, I'm sorry, you don't get your money back on
You don't
this
get
one.
your money back. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember. I never did the activate Windows things, but I know my brother and his IT cronies
His
were
cadre,
yeah,
yeah.
his cadre.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember there was one year I got an XP key out of them.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that was probably not legitimate. You know?
Well, okay, so get this. So the way that we used to get those was one of us was usually in college at the time in like the IT department. And so they had the key for like the school. And they would bring that home and we would all activate with that.
Right, because they were using it to activate student computers too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it. That's pretty shady.
Well, to be fair, we were students of that school
That's
at
true.
the time.
Yeah.
Now, that does not mean I have not looked on the UCCS homepage or anything like that. I don't think it says that like Windows keys are part of the student experience and you get this.
No,
for,
man. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing is everybody brings their own tech now anyway. So, back gone are the days where they're passing out like laptops to poor kids and things like that. You know, you're getting a
yeah.
computer loan from the bookstore,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Those are long gone, man. Everybody brings their own rig now because I mean you can get a decent laptop for just a couple $100, so they're cheap. So especially if that's all you're going to use it for, and that's even if you want to use a laptop. I see a lot of people use pads now. So
Those pads are kind of coming along here too. Like
yeah,
I have seen some pretty. Just this week, I saw some of like the tech demo stuff, like from the conferences, and some of the versatility they had with how much the screens move, how you put a tactile keyboard on it or not.
I've seen those where they just click in. So
Oh, this one actually goes on top.
yep,
This was crazy. So you take this thing and you basically you fold it horizontally or whatever, right? And then like a screen keypad comes up.
Oh, neat.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do that, you take the plate and you put it right on top of there.
Tactile one.
Right?
Cool.
You can also use that off there. I was like, damn, this is kind of neat.
Yeah. I've seen some pretty impressive ones. So
one of the things that always gets me is like if you go to a place nowadays, like you and I, the things that we used to know about like big screens and projections and stuff like that, right?
None of that's true anymore.
The big projections are just made out of small panels.
Yeah.
And like that is so cool.
That is kind of cool. So you don't even need a projector anymore.
No.
That's interesting.
And God knows that you don't need a 170-inch TV.
Right.
And if that was in the 80s, number one,
it costs more than your car.
It costs more than your car. Yeah. It does not. I mean, here's the thing. It was broadcast in standard def, but the way that it worked was it just stretched the image.
Yeah, it just stretched the image. Yeah, I remember watching. My uncle had one of those.
Yes.
He was the wealthy one of the family. And he had, because he used to go to like Monkey Ward's, okay? Yeah,
That's a department
it's a
store
department store.
for all of you that were born after the Twin Towers fell.
Yeah, if the years of your birth start with two, you're out. And you're not missing anything either.
Right.
But you remember, like, they had that big one, that had the fucking, like, the bench with the three RGB.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, but even that, I mean, it was like humongous when we were kids. But I mean, I got TVs that are wider than that now,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
No,
I
one
didn't, I
hundred
didn't, I
percent.
didn't sacrifice a fucking extra car payment in order to get it. So,
Car payment.
right, yeah.
Back then,
Back then,
uh, I would go a little bit further, dude. We're talking about like if you're talking about like luxury electronics of the
that was
'80s.
the big one.
I'm gonna go with that one. I'm also gonna put Laserdisc players on that list.
Yeah, they were a little bit later though. So.
I think we're in the '80s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I know,
yeah.
but yeah. So I remember the one guy that I knew who had a laser disc. He didn't get it until we were probably getting close to middle school. So
The guy that lived up the street.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh no, no, no. If you bought it in like '82,
yeah, no.
right, that's a different story. Um, and that also
That's when
means
they were the size of LPs.
they're always the size of LPs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shit. The,
But I
the,
mean, most people don't even know what a CD is anymore. So, but that's
fine.
basically what it
It's fine.
is. Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, so that's the thing is it's. Do you know what a record is? Okay. Do you know what a CD is? Put the two things
Put the
together.
two things together.
And so, if you want to watch The Godfather, you have to watch it on 8 separate discs, which is going to sound absurd. But I will tell you, like at the time, there was nothing that could match the quality of it. But the problem was, your TV was sort
Your
of
TV
limited
was
to how
pretty
much,
much garbage.
yeah, to
Yeah.
how much it could play. For people that were, um, I will say that people that were huge into audio, it was a huge deal over like tape, over VHS.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing is there comes a point to it, it's like, can I borrow Die Hard? It's like, yes. And this person brings over a fucking album of
Yeah,
discs
I know.
versus you have one little cassette and you give it to me.
Or you just hit the play button on your phone.
This is yeah, you're right. This is it's better.
It's
I'm
way
sorry, it's
better.
better. It's
way
there. I
better.
don't miss it. There are. Have you seen the movement of people who are like physical media purists? They're kind of like wire games, not.
I've seen gamers who are like that, and I'm like, you guys are all stupid. So, I don't know. I don't quite get it. Um, especially today. All right, so you don't need to be into that because like there are so many. I mean, if you can't get access to a game through a medium that you like,
Yeah.
there are a shitload of other games out there. You know, this isn't back in the day where if you say, "Oh, I'm not playing Civ unless I get the CD," you're SOL for about 3 years, bro. So that is not the case anymore, man.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, I think that kind of ties into like a broader thing that we talk about, that crowd where it's just it's kind of like, I want it on this format and this format forever, and I want it like this now.
Yeah, and if I don't get it this way, you're the problem. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that I'll be the problem, but I'll, like you said, it's like I'll play something else.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna find something else.
Right. And I do. So I will. There's one argument to this I'll support in terms of, so if studios are going to make post cuts to work, especially like movies and stuff, I see no harm in saying like, actually, I want to hang on to this because I like this version, right?
Yeah, that's only happened to me once though, man. That was the Star Wars.
Well, there's that, yeah. And I would make the argument that that's sort of incumbent upon the, if you're going to do that, make sure that you have the original option available too.
I mean, I get it, but like, so that's back when Lucas actually just flat out owned the property.
Yeah.
It kind of was his. And so if he doesn't want to cut new tapes of the old stuff, all right, fine. I think that's a little bit different when you only have three major media companies out there. So,
Well, and we're talking about, at that time, 3 movies from one person. 3 total movies.
total.
Total.
Yeah, I mean, this is before Phantom Menace. So,
Right.
yeah.
Not a
You know, everybody thought he was done. You know, it's like, well, we got Timothy Zahn's books, yay. You know, we're never getting no more Star Wars. And
Look, I
then
don't hate those books. You hate those
I
books,
don't
man.
hate the books, man. I just don't think that they're as good as people say they are. So, but whatever.
Well, I'll put it this way. Um, they're better than anything that Kevin J. Anderson wrote, but what I will say
That's true.
is, as far as extended media, when there was nothing else, when the continuation of the universe came through those were pretty darn good.
The books?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah. I,
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know, man. I mean, I thought the story was pretty good where they left it. I didn't see need for more.
well, that
So,
was the thing. It was extended universe,
yeah, I
right? So
know.
there was no
Yeah.
version of this where you said like, okay, well, this is
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah.
right? They went with that for a while because I mean
They
they
did.
took the events of that and kept going further down the rabbit hole. And I also understand when they decided to go ahead and wipe all that continuity and said this is all just legend stuff.
Yeah.
I can see everybody being pissed where it's like
Yeah. No, especially if you had bought some of that stuff. So,
because a lot of
I
those
mean, I
things,
read those by checking them out from the library.
right?
Pay for books? What?
A friend that bought them, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, no. But whatever, man. Star Wars is thoroughly ruined now, so I don't know. Maybe when I hit like Social Security age, come out some new stuff that I want to watch.
It'll happen. I mean,
You see these great animated or literally AI generated it's kind of like watching these guys stream, okay, or playing like, they're doing the Call of Duty,
yeah.
where they're getting the clan raids together and stuff like that. And all these guys, they're all AI generated, and all these guys are in their 70s. It's like this
It's
is
gonna be
gonna be
real.
you
Yep,
someday, yeah.
this is gonna be real. This is gonna happen. I mean,
They got this guy on oxygen. He's just telling people you punk bitch. So, yeah.
it's not like the actual like trash talking days online are
They're gone.
mostly gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore.
I mean, and I miss it, and I don't miss it. I mean, it was a place in time.
It would.
It was
So we're speaking of going back to 2014
yes,
ish. Yeah.
yeah.
So there was something that was still a little bit like, all right. I mean, that's when we used to report Nazis. Just because it was fun.
That's correct.
Now like, oh my God, dude! Not only would they ban you, you'd probably get swatted. Yeah. So you know, yeah. And it's just like, wow, you guys just took this way too serious, man. So
Well,
whatever.
no, well, I mean, Pat, I mean, this is. I've made this point before. I'm going to make it again. I was right then. I'm right now. All right. You're chasing the audience that doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's the thing. Every franchise right now is in pure scramble mode, right? Because all right, so again, I'm sorry. I hate referring to this as a person. You always correct me, and you're right. But I got into another fight with Grok about movies and stuff. I don't even remember how it came up, but we were talking about like the James Gunn DC universe,
Okay.
and it was incidental to what I was asking about because I was asking like conjugation questions about Japanese and shit. But we got into this tiff where oh that's right. I asked just like hey, is there any gay shit in Peacemaker? It was like oh yeah.
It's Peacemaker.
It's a TV show on HBO that critics love but nobody watches.
Oh.
It's John Cena in it, who I do like as an actor, but
I thought he was in Tori's Chinese Guild.
you're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I had made that up or if I heard that somewhere. So I'm glad you confirmed that for me there. Because I don't know. I don't really have any hate against the guy, but isn't he the guy who went back and like apologized for something or something?
He did.
Okay.
It was something where it was like he said something that came across as relatively anti-Chinese, and then had to get
Oh, okay.
on get on bent knee and atone for it. But yeah, there was
I don't think anybody bothers doing that
well,
because like almost all your American media has been banned out of there anyway.
a lot of it is,
Yeah,
and they've been doing a pretty. They've been taking the efforts to basically build up their own industry.
yeah, I know. They did that in the games industry with that game last year. What was it?
Oh, Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yep,
that one.
yep.
It's actually reasonably popular in other markets. So
Actually, it's huge, and my understanding is it's a great game.
I don't
Um,
know. I mean, I heard that it's a mile wide and an inch deep, so I'm not quite sure. So
where'd you hear that from?
I don't remember. So one of the guys that I watched it does reviews. So
So my understanding of it, and from spending the time that I've seen with it, it's basically. So I'll put it this way: is do you like the Souls games?
right, yeah,
Uh, here's more,
yeah, right,
but
yeah,
with a
some
different
more,
coat
yeah,
of paint on it.
yeah, yeah,
And there's more games like that. I mean, Liza P, and there's a bunch of other games that are like that same style, because
yeah.
people do like that, and that's fine. And that's why I'm not playing it because that's not for me.
No, that's not really for me either, man. So I'm not terribly interested in anything like that. Um, I don't know. I got to find something else to play here soon. So
Well,
maybe not. I might just be taking a break for a little bit.
I got to tell you, the only thing that I was playing was the Super Nintendo version of Donkey Kong Country,
Okay,
and
that's old school.
it is old school, and I do love that game. Um,
Like crocodiles.
that's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, the little sound that they
the
make.
little
Yeah,
sound that
yeah,
they make. Yeah,
yeah.
that makes my teeth hurt.
Yep.
I
Well, you
know
know the
exactly
game.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just in the mood, when I was enjoying the shit out of that because it was sort of, I don't know why I went really low tech on that, because I was looking for something to play, and that's just the only thing that called my name.
Yeah, I actually made it all the way through Cyberpunk maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, I've got a substantial amount of hours in that fucking game now, so I'm probably
It's
pushing.
a heavy hitter on the
It's on my Steam
hours
page.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on my Steam page, I think I don't know. It's probably up 400, 450, something like that.
right.
This last one, when I played it through, I did all the main stuff first, and then went back and did all the other shit as a badass. It was actually kind of fun.
It's a funny way to approach this, but I kind of like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so well, it always gives you main missions, and so you can speed run the story in probably about I don't
5 hours,
know, yeah,
10.
maybe
Yeah.
5-10 hours. That
Wait, does that include Phantom Liberty?
Phantom Liberty is not as big as I remembered it being. So I mean,
It's not
it's
small.
not small, but
No.
yeah, it's not. It probably adds maybe another 6-7 hours, so tops. Unless you get wrapped in all the shit that's going on in Dogtown. So because there's a lot of side shit that you can do there too. You know?
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing, it is weird where, it does give you access to a whole bunch of shit that you have to work really hard to get in the regular game,
Yeah, it does.
and you can just go right to the shops there,
And
and
it's
like,
right there.
oh, you need
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, oh, you didn't pick this up on the top of, Nakatomi Towers? It's like, no.
like sell it to you.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, and then I actually spent quite a bit of time just dinking around doing like all the other stuff, like cleaning up all the little cop missions.
I love those.
I love them, man. They're the best. I wish they would respawn. So
I don't
yeah,
want them to respawn. I wish like there was. I'll tell you this. I wish that in those, I wish that there was sort of like an overall lore that was going on.
that'd be
to it,
nice. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That would have been super cool. If there's like some that are completely random, but there's like a small lore to these where
Hmm.
you do them and it sort of builds to something.
Yeah, yeah. You could do
Right.
some like Pinkertoning or something.
I didn't see that coming, but yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have been totally into that. But that's the thing is it hit the thing about Cyberpunk is that it hit the point where I no longer lament the game. I don't think about it in terms of the game I didn't get.
Yeah.
I'm happy with everything
I'm
that
very
came out, and
happy
they
with
kept
it.
working on
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Right?
very happy with it. It ran smooth as butter. So like
It had problems at first.
oh totally
Hey,
yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
lies
I mean
about it,
I
man.
remember my sideways fucking trees and T posing on the back of the
Got
motorcycle.
an occasional. I look, every now and then I got an unceremonious like dump to the desktop. That did happen a couple
It's
of
happened
times
to
too.
me.
So
I mean, there's been a couple times you get dropped off the face of the planet, land in the ocean, look up at Night City. You know? I'm like, wait, where did this fly? You know? That did happen. But no, but I mean, it was kind of fun. And then, like, so the cool thing, and I didn't, like, the last time I played it, I kind of went through Phantom Liberty fairly quickly because I was getting kind of bored. And I'd already done all the stuff around Night City by the time I got that DLC. And then this one, I was like, oh man, let me go check this out. Let me go look at this, and found these just absolutely just insane weapons in the junk town. You know? Where it's like, well, wait a
what the
minute,
hell is
the hell
this?
is this? What does this do? So it is just
And the dude comes up and says like, "These are Vietnam jungle
right,
boots."
yeah. This is a real deal, man. So,
You know what? I would have liked that. I would have liked that if somehow in Night City there was a this was used man kind of like
a moment.
crappy underside of like, wow, you guys like this exist here.
Yeah. No, I mean, Dogtown's got a little bit of that, man. So, I don't know.
Well, okay, it's more. I think the problem is me. Like the I gotta tell you, when I go down to that mall, I am not nice to the Jamaican gangs down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, they try and kill you. I was ruthless to them in this one. I mean, I made a mistake one year of like cooperating with him, and that dude Placide comes trying to kill you like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's like mother. And so this time I was like, nope, you're all gonna die. So every last one of you, the Netwatch guy was like, yep, I'm gonna rat him out. Fry them all, dude.
That is the funny thing too. Is like you could be upfront with him too. It's like you found him. It's like, hey, he's in there.
Yeah, he's in
It's
there.
like, did you do it? We asked. Like, no,
No,
not at all.
no, you
I'm
guys tried
helping
to kill
him.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, he won't fight you. He'll still take you over to the lady, but then you do the ice bath thing, and then she tries to kill you when you get out of it.
Right.
And I was like, that's exactly what I wanted you to try and do. You know?
And what happens next is I punch a lot of dudes into their ingredients.
So,
And
so I did that for a little bit in this one. I get why it's fun. It's just not my style, man.
did you at least do the picking up of
Yes,
people and
where you
throwing them
up
at
in
each
the
other?
air. Yeah, so you hit them, hit cars with them and stuff. You know,
That was so enjoyable, man.
yeah. I don't know what happened in this one, but I really got into like um throwing knives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
I picked up one that was like really good pretty early in the game. And I was like, fuck it, I've never tried this. Let me use this. And so it replaced like all my silenced weapons. You know,
Oh, okay.
so if I needed to be quiet, I had a weapon. But then like I went and got just this absolute cannon of a shotgun. So it's like a double barrel shotgun. It's old school,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
And so I just went around Wyatt Earping people.
See that that does sort of speak your language, I gotta say.
Yeah. So I kind of ran around with cowboy weapons for a bit in this one. Um,
Yeah, okay,
and there was
so
like I did actually find my favorite arm attachment too. I love the fucking rocket launcher. So
there you
little
go.
dude, I
Right.
mean, especially in the new one where the cops, you know, if you get involved in some shit, they chase you. And like cars are problems, but not if you got this. You know? It was like, oh no, Maelstrom's after me. Oh dear, what shall I do? Maybe I'll pull over here, bam, bam, and explode both of your cars. So they go over there and chop the rest of you up into little bits. So
No, I think that's the thing is I think they actually they got to a place where it's a glorious send off. When you come back
yeah,
to the whole package,
yeah,
right? That's something that you can do. I know that like so this is one of the tough things. This is why like when you go back and say like, "Oh, I'm going to boot up my original PlayStation," right?
yeah,
Like when people do remakes of those games, right? They have to overhaul it from top to bottom because
yeah.
the engine was shit, the physics were shit, the models, um, the polygon they used
It's
to
awful.
construct it just didn't look good. So they have to recraft it. The thing about like cyberpunk, if you're ever in the future, like, because they've already played with this. They've played with people who have done different kind of texture packs
Yep.
that are like on top of the existing models. They already look good.
Yeah.
So if they come back and they want to remake this or make a second experience or whatever, like the thing for me, the thing that I am not looking forward to is the fact that they said like we're doing the next one on UE5. I'm like, I don't want to play another UE5 game. All those games, like
They're doing the next what on UE5?
they're doing the next Cyberpunk on UE5.
Oh, I didn't know they had announced that.
They did.
Oh.
Now it's gonna be a minute before it comes out.
Oh, they got a Witcher game coming out.
This is also true,
Yeah.
but supposedly they have enough people that they're working on both projects simultaneously.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the thing is the engine that they built. It's not just that it looks good because it does. It has a flavor on its own that you don't see in other games.
Oh, that's right. They do have an internal engine.
It's the Red engine. Yeah, it's
the Red
great.
engine. Yeah,
it's
you're
great.
right.
Does it have some?
I know
problems?
why they're doing that. So
Do?
yeah, so I saw something a little while ago that was like all the reasons why Cyberpunk's not in third person. So and it had to do with all these like problems with the actual engine that you could script in The Witcher. So you can see him in third, but there was
The whole game's at third.
Huh?
The whole game's at third.
Witcher.
Yeah,
you're
you
right.
can't play first person
you're
or
right.
that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
Well, that's right. They've always had
That would be
fixed perspective.
wacky.
So it's the Rockstar games where you can switch.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can. In like the older ones, could you do that in Red Dead 1? I don't think you could.
If you could, I never did it.
No, you could in Red Dead 2 and you could in GTA 5. So
Yeah.
could you in GTA 5?
Again,
No, I
I've
don't
never
think
seen
you
it.
could.
I've
Yeah,
only
I
ever
don't
seen
think you
it
could.
in third.
Yeah, no. But in Red Dead 2 you could go first or third. So and a lot of games are like that now, but whatever. Um and so yeah. Well, we'll have to see. They got to have a reason for doing it. I don't know what it is. So.
I mean, I guess if I were to say anything, probably licensing and support and that other kind of stuff.
Possibly.
And hey, dude,
It's a lot of work to maintain your own engine too.
It is, but I mean, it looked great. Again, it
Yeah.
felt unique, and
It
it didn't have the same kind of problems that UE5 games have, where it takes a lot of shortcuts. There's a lot of things that a lot of shit is samey. Nothing, when they talk about it, and they're absolutely right. When they talked about the bottlenecks of quote unquote this generation, where it's like, why did this like past 5 to 7 years of games not look any better than shit from like 2018? That's part of the reason.
Yeah, Unreal is part of the issue.
Yeah. Now, that's not to say that I want to go back to the days where people are fucking arguing about it's like, well, this is like id Tech 4, and this is
Right.
Unreal, and this is the Sin engine, and this is the Source. This is Source. That was the other one. The Half-Life engine. I mean, this was Source was Half-Life. That's right.
Yeah. Producing some of the ugliest games ever made.
Ugliest game. I mean,
They ran well.
We're also not talking about the build engine for like
Right.
Duke 3D and those games where, yes, they were 3D, but why is it that nothing looks right when you look up?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, that's weird. It's like, hey, if I strafe around this guy, he's still facing me.
Look, there's a charm to like sprite-based graphics like that, but time and place, bro.
Time and place, man. I think we're good now. I was watching some guy the other day play Half-Life, and I forgot how fucking ugly that game is.
But
It is absolutely bad.
ugly.
Yeah.
Hideous.
But I do remember it was a lot of fun to play because the actual physics in the engine are really good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Well, they turned that into Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat and all those games there.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah. So they just ran great.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't, as far as like Half-Life is concerned, I can give a, like, there are some people that talk about like this is groundbreaking. I'm like, you know what? To me, it was another shooter. The thing that actually went somewhere was what people did with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever actually beat the first Half-Life.
it's fine.
Yeah, there was like there was like a level that I could not get past, and I was like, "Fuck this." They had a stupid train level too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they
So where there was like all these trains and different belts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really stupidly annoying. And then there was one where you had to get like through a lake or a dam or something like that. It's just there was shit you had to do in there, and I think I gave up on it.
No, it's all I said. And as far as I'm concerned, the second game may be the most overrated game I've ever played in my life.
I've never even played that one.
It's okay.
Oh, maybe I had. Is that the one with the things that stick down from the ceiling? They grab you and pull you up.
Well, I
Or
mean,
was that in the first? That was in the
that
second.
was well, the second one. You have the big combine units, the ones that look like the shit from like War of the Worlds and things like
Oh
that.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
and just okay. So you'll know if you play the second one. Like, do you remember getting in the crappy vehicles and having to keep doing the driving sections over and over again?
No.
Okay,
Okay, I don't
then
think I
that's
played
not the
it.
second
Yeah,
game. That's the second game
I don't
because
think I played that.
they were in love with that. They're just like, oh, check this out. Again, this is like my Mario 64 argument where I'm like, but I don't want to explore.
But see, that's hilarious because Halo itself is like right there. So maybe a year or two later,
Oh,
tops.
they came out at the same time. Well,
Okay, there
actually,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah,
They were contemporaries, but also, I mean, Halo was also like shoot, kill guys, right?
infinitely better. Yeah.
And it also had big arenas and it had multiple factions and they would fight each other and
That was
find a
always the
way.
best part, man. You get them to fight each
There,
other.
there was this stuff where it's like, how the hell do I get through this? I'm like, well, I can't kill everybody,
Yeah, I know.
and I can't just walk around it.
No,
So I have to plan this sort of like path through it.
I got to kite
Um,
these guys into those guys. Yeah.
right. Versus like, hey, check this out. We made this new like physics. This is our gravity gun. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm not here to, like,
That was the second one, right?
yes. I'm
Yeah.
like, I hate to use Rob's old Butterfigure argument, versus Fifth Avenues, but um, if I wanted to play Trespasser,
Yeah,
I would play
trespass.
Trespasser.
Yeah. That's hilarious because even that series is Trespasser came out almost contemporary with Halo.
Wasn't it supposed to come out like 4 years before?
Something like that, yeah. Like at least 3 years before because it's based on that movie. So, which was what, 96, 97. So
Sounds
stuff
about
like
right.
that. And I
Yeah,
think Trespasser
yeah.
actually dropped in 98. So, or
That's
99.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like if you're going to talk about like missing the release date of the property, like
That one won.
that one was up there. If I recall, James Bond GoldenEye was out for like 2 years before that game
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
totally. And it ran
Yeah,
great. So it looks ugly as shit
is it
too.
relative?
It's really ugly. Yeah. But I remember us doing enough proximity mines to actually crash your Xbox. Or no, that was the 64.
64,
Wasn't
man. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, again, this is. Did it have its problems? Yeah, but did it,
it?
especially for on a console,
But
did it play in a unique way that
totally.
only worked there? I'm like, yeah, that was
Nobody
awesome.
had ever played a game like that one before. That came out. All
Yeah,
right, that was not Doom. That was not Duke. That was completely different. So
because I mean, for starters, I'm going to put this like, if you go back to original Doom, and you and I have played some deathmatch and stuff like
oh yeah.
this, Doom guy is on rocket
Oh
skates.
he hauls ass.
Holy
Yep.
mother! I forget.
And you don't realize that until you play deathmatch, and then you're like, "Holy shit, what is that thing?" Zoom, zoom, you know?
There's just this green dude that is fucking ice skating around
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
right? Making these weird turns and pirouettes, and then fucking like, and that's the other thing is, you're not as much of a glass cannon as so Wolfenstein. I think is you're a heavy hitter,
Yeah, you
right?
are.
But
You
you
can't
take
take a
damage
hit.
like a pussy.
There's no armor. There's nothing in there.
No,
Yeah.
no. So when people shoot at you, you're dead. So that's actually like, oh man, I got to get behind this. I got to.
Well, I got to lure these guys into
Yeah,
kill zone or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no explosives.
No explosives, nothing like that. And
They
then
didn't even have barrels in that game. That was Doom.
no, they had barrels. They just didn't blow up.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't have explosives.
They were decorative.
Yeah.
I remember being super disappointed. I'm like, let me blow this up.
Dude, when I remember launching Wolfenstein for the first time, and I played it for probably like fucking 5 days straight without sleep. In a little tiny window
Oh yeah,
because I had
yeah.
to shrink down the window on my 286 to get it to work. But I was hooked at that point in time, and then I remember going over to John's house and playing Doom for the first time. I was like, "Where'd you get this?"
Right,
And he's like,
right.
"Well, you go over to this place and they'll cut you a disc." And I was like, "Cool." next day, and it's like, Dad, we need to go to that place over by the Dairy Queen. So
The little shop, the one.
the little
Yeah.
computer shop, I don't remember what it was called. But that they literally is like, okay, so you want Doom? It's like, yes, and so they would sell you the discs, okay, and they had like these fucking printed out labels, that they had just gotten there,
Yeah.
and then they would load up those two discs and sell them to you for like $10, which was like, oh fuck, this is dirt ass cheap because even back then, dude, fucking a new computer game title was like 45, $50. So if you wanted to get Civ 2, it was going to cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so getting this awesome game for like $10. So it was just like, what? And that wasn't even like, money going towards the guys at ID. That was that guy who owned the shop. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a very different distribution model.
That shit's very illegal now. To do that in the shop, like while that's happening,
Yeah, no.
is pretty wild.
Well, I mean, unless the company lets you do it, but there's
Tell me the company. That's
yeah, exactly.
okay.
There's no, nobody's going to do that. But they actually published it with that in mind. So, it took them a while to come out for a paid box copy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, because the most people I knew that got it actually did the send away from the stuff on episode 1.
Yes, you could do that.
That's that freeware disc that everybody had.
You could do that.
Which, and I'm just going to throw it out there.
Mine were on 3.5 floppies. So
that's
yeah.
What I'm going to throw out here is that I will argue that the first 8 levels of Doom are the best levels of Doom.
Yeah.
And are still probably the best levels in any shooter I've played, right? In terms of having enough complexity to mess with you, not being stupid, not being absurd. This is why the episode after 3 is shit, and that's why Doom 2 in comparison is just an exercise in.
I mean, it's more.
It's more, but obnoxious.
It's obnoxious.
Yes.
So it's like, surprise, Cyber Demon. It's like, hey, great, thanks.
Yeah, used very sparingly in the original game. The final boss is the spider.
Yeah, I don't know if you know the story behind that, but the original 9 levels, they spent an inordinate amount of time on those levels.
Do they really?
With one guy in particular who was their level guy, who was also an architect.
American McGee?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the video.
Okay.
He quit, though. So he actually got so fried because John Romero and who's the other guy, Carmack, were assholes to him. So
really?
Kind of. So apparently those guys just did not get along, the initial crew. So they were all sharing the same dorms, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they were still all playing D&D together and shit.
They were developing another game for another studio. So at the time, and I don't remember which one it was. Because they had done Commander Keen or whatever. So they actually got subcontracted by another studio to produce something that was Settlers West or something like that. It was not something that they were into. And so, there were 3 or 4 of them, and then they got up to 6, 7. They had to fire all their artists because they had all these guys who were trying to figure out, using claymation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And none of it worked, kind of thing. And so by the time that this guy had gotten through all those levels, he's just like, I'm fucking done with this game, and I'm done with you guys. So
I can believe it.
And he never came back.
I can believe it. I understand that a lot of their relationship, especially the 2 big guys, was contentious but good. They actually, the grief that they had for each other generally improved the product.
Until it didn't.
Until it didn't.
Yeah, until it didn't. And then they got into, I think it's at the point, right? I don't remember where I saw this, but this was a little while ago. I was kind of going down the Doom rabbit hole on YouTube, and there was a really good GDC video on it, but nowadays, Carmack and Romero will not share the same venue. They will not show up
100%
together.
believe it.
Yeah, they will not actually show up to the same things together. So, and a lot of that had to do with Quake, from what I understand. But
well, it turns out that you probably saw this too. Is that the final product
very different than the original product.
Nothing to do with the original concept.
No, the original concept was that we'd have a big level and you're going to fight 3 fucking guys on it. And they were going to be real like.
And on top of it, it was supposed to be a melee game.
It was supposed to be a melee game. Yep, you're supposed to have a hammer.
Yep.
So yep,
Yep.
I know.
The hammer was named Quake.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because it was from his Dungeons and Dragons character.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And then those two, they worked on that, and I'm not fucking around. I still think that is one of the like bright spots.
Oh yeah.
Of shooters, right? Even though you look at this and say like everything is depressing. This it has.
It wasn't dark though, so
see, like.
Well, there were parts of it. I mean, it was had much better lighting than Doom did.
Oh no.
You know.
Okay, all right, but Doom at least. So here's the thing: they looked at that and they said, like, all right, so the SVGA palette or whatever gives us these many colors.
Right.
If you go to Quake, it ranges from brown
to tan.
to, and when you get to the later levels, like kind of a dark purple.
Kind of a dark purple. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is this, like, the whole thing is just, aside from like the indoor, like the factory levels, not factory,
Yeah.
but the military base levels.
Yeah.
Everything else is just, well, that's brick. That's
Yeah.
concrete.
That's good. Right. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. I remember the base game in that one, going through it. We had like there were a whole bunch of guys that you had to fight where you had to run around and switch buttons and levers and things
Yes.
like that to kill them, you know. But then yeah, most of it was just blasting little noobs or little goons, you know. Because there weren't even that many enemies in that game.
I think there's, all right, we can count them out. So, all right, so there's a dog.
There was a dog.
There's a
There's
dog.
a guy.
There's a guy,
There's
and
a
there's a guy.
sergeant.
Yep, there's a guy with a backpack.
This guy
He
with
shoot
backpack.
little lasers.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, that's right. Pew pew pew.
Yep. There was the little zombies that you have to explode.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, you had to grenade those guys or rocket them, otherwise they would stand back up.
That's right. Yeah, you needed the pint. Yeah, you're right.
There was the ogre dudes with the grenade gun and the chainsaw.
Okay.
There were the two types of knights. Both of them were guys with swords. There was just one that was a little bit tougher than the other one, had a different helmet.
Okay.
You had
I don't remember that.
okay.
No. Yeah. I don't remember now.
You had this like little jumpy creature that.
Did you have like a big abominable snowman too?
Well, he's the last guy. So
Okay.
there's
thought there
also
were, like little ones in him.
it also had these like floating snake things that would be up in the air and would hiss and shoot like little yellow like droplets at you.
That.
And then there was the abominable snowman, the dimensional shambler.
The Shambler. There we go.
Yeah. That he would hit you with the lightning.
Right. He was the guy he was in a lava lake, right?
No, the lava lake was Chthon. That was the one where you hit switch number 1 and that dropped this. Switch number 2 would drop this. Switch number 3 would electrocute his ass.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And he was huge, and he would throw these lava balls.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the only boss that was like that. The rest of them were just sort of like.
That was also a level that we played a lot of deathmatch on. I remember that,
Yes.
Because you telefrag people like crazy.
It was a fine level.
It was a
great level for that. And the mods in that game were fucking crazy.
You know, I never really got into the mods in that game. I mean, I don't really think I started looking at games with a lot of mods until Counter-Strike. You know, I think the first mod that I ever actually installed was Day of Defeat.
Was Counter-Strike a mod at first?
It might have been, but I actually bought it as a commercial copy.
Okay.
So
Got it. Yeah.
Because I mean, it was really cheap. But you had to have Half-Life in order to buy that.
Right. The package was actually Half-Life and Counter-Strike.
There was a package where you could buy them separate. Yeah, but there was a bundle. So but yeah, because I had Half-Life almost immediately when it came out. And then I never beat that though, but I did get to the point in time where then like because
you played enough.
Was right behind it, and same thing with Team Fortress. But I think I actually downloaded that. Yeah.
Team Fortress was a mod.
Yeah,
Team Fortress was originally a Quake mod.
Okay.
Then it became a Half-Life mod.
I played it as a Half-Life mod. I never played it as a Quake mod.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah, that was goofy. That one
Okay,
was goofy.
look, it did something new. It did something unique. It served its purpose.
Mhm.
It was that game. It had the one level.
Yeah, it had
Uh,
the A level.
in the same way, I kind of laugh where if you go back to Counter Strike, has like 12 maps you play
You
too.
play too. Yeah. There's a lot of games like that though, man. So Day of Defeat was like that. You play two. So
Well, didn't the
I mean,
okay?
there were even Halo levels you didn't like. So
Oh, of course.
yeah,
No,
you know.
it's yeah, yeah.
Um, but you know, see, the funny thing is like at that point in time, you're talking like almost 2000, 2001, and you're right at fucking Call of Duty right there. So
Oh, Call of Duty 1?
I played the
Oh,
fuck out of
yeah,
Call of
yeah.
Duty. I remember,
That was a crazy ass game in comparison.
dude. I remember playing that the first time over at Mike's house. So you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and I
yeah.
played it for about 10 minutes, and I was like, I gotta
I
go.
have to buy
I have to
this.
go buy this.
Yeah.
There's only been one other time that's happened, and that's when I was playing Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I don't even have an Xbox. I have to go
I
get
have to
one
go
of
get
those.
one. No, no, no. I understand.
I remember Nate was playing that, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
You know, okay, check this out. All right, so this was one thing where we were talking about some kind of like we were talking about some bugs earlier, right? Um, and one of the funniest bugs that Nate came across in that game was, you know how the game ends, right?
Yeah,
There's the I would say 5/6 of the story, the conclusion of that, and then the final
so
one
it's
six where you
like
play
last
as
one
where you
eighth,
play
where you
as
play as Jack.
right.
Yeah.
Now the thing about this is his game glitched out pretty hard,
Mm.
where after you get fucking iced as Marston,
Yeah.
right? His game glitched out in the point where essentially, like Jack, when
Hmm.
once it starts playing,
Yeah.
it was like he was like stuck in the ground,
Oh,
right?
that's interesting.
And so the thing was, it wasn't in first person, but because of where he was blocked in, you couldn't see the model, so he could look around, right?
Yeah.
But he couldn't move, and he couldn't see the character.
Okay.
So when I played it, and I got to that second section, he's like, "What the hell is this?" And
He
and
didn't realize it was fucked up.
what he thought, okay, what he thought, and he's like, this. I thought this was a brilliant ending. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, he thought the game was basically giving you like one last look at Earth from John Marston's.
Oh, like
He's
a
like
ghost?
you're like
Yeah.
looking at heaven, right?
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, no, man,
There's a whole other guy.
there's a whole other game
Yeah.
on this. You just got fucking hosed off.
Yeah. That's too bad.
So yeah, he just reloaded it. Okay, so how many times have you restarted that game from scratch?
Red Dead 1?
Yes.
I think I've got two.
Okay.
I only
Okay.
played that one twice. So
Well, but you also got everything, right?
I 100% of that game with the exception of one thing. So
Is
and
that the hats
that's
one?
the hats.
Okay. Okay.
I would
Yeah.
consistently brain people. And I tried in all different places in the map, finally settling on the poker table in Armadillo. So, because you could get four guys, five guys with hats there every single time.
Right.
And I got
Right.
to the point where I could always get four of them without killing anybody. But then I would brain the last guy. So I gave up on it after a lot of trying, but I did. That was that and Red Dead 2 is the only other game that I think I've Red Dead 2 I did manage to 100% it with the exception of one thing, and that was the gambling one.
What was that?
So in the gambling one's really easy for like the first four or five levels of it, but then eventually you have to win like a poker game with the royal flush. And so it's just fucking
That's just random.
it's just yeah, exactly. It's bad. You know, there's one and everybody bitched about it at the time. I think they fixed it later. But you had to do something that was just mathematically like you have to play like 10,000 hands of this.
Well, theoretically,
Yeah.
you could get it on your first try.
Theoretically, you could get it on your first try, but yes,
You could also get it with 20,000 hands. I mean,
you never know. You
yeah.
never know. It was something like that, or it was like a straight flush, or something. It was really hard. So enough to the point in time where I did it for a while. Then I went and looked up the odds. I was like, "Fuck that! I'm done with this game." You know, yeah.
That is not that is the very definition of not respecting your time.
That game intentionally did not respect your time. There were so many things in that game where you just log on. And it's like, well, there's not really much to do, so let me see what's going on. You just kind of wanted to hang out in that place, and so that's all.
I get okay. So you're not wrong. Okay, I got you there. And as long as you're okay hanging out, because I mean, if you have the choice, you can hang out there, you can hang out in Los Santos, and
Right? Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine because if you want to go hang out in if you want to hang out in the cat cafe, you can. That's the
Cat cafe.
yeah. Eventually, they like in multiplayer and stuff, they introduce like cat cafes and
What,
things.
Los Santos?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, this is the.
These I played GTA 5 online for a whopping like 10 minutes.
It's absurd.
It
wasn't
so
for
crazy,
me.
man. It is so crazy.
It's absolute chaos from start to finish. Which again, I kind of respect, but but it's I hope that silliness does make its way into the new one.
Oh, I'm sure it will. So I don't know, man. The new one is going to be the last hurrah for that studio for a long time.
That's what they've said.
Yeah.
I think they're open about it. Yeah.
And I think like CD Projekt Red's been pretty clear about that too. Like this next Witcher game is the last Witcher game. So, and then I didn't know that they were making another Cyberpunk though. I guess that kind of makes sense. My question is like, all right, so I mean, is it still Night City, or are we going somewhere else, or what? Because
is there anywhere else?
That's kind of what makes that game, man. So like GTA is always like, well, we've got like 5 cities, 3.
Right.
We can jump between. So who knows?
We've got Miami. We've got New York.
You go do New York again someday, whatever.
And Los Angeles.
And LA.
Yeah.
But Night City, like, and I mean, I've seen some of the sketches and things like that he did for the original concept. There was supposed to be a lot more of the city.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but like different. Like there was supposed to be like suburbs and a whole rich neighborhood, but they only made a couple houses up in that area and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but I mean, it doesn't feel small, so it doesn't need more, And so, I mean, there's like very few games where I have gotten this thoroughly fucking lost. just trying to like, okay, I'm not going to use the minimap. Let me see if I can make it home.
You and I, Patrick, at this point, you and I in new territory, without electronic guidance, we're doomed.
Doomed.
No, it's so you're right. The thing, okay, so this is where Night City gets a lot of credit because the thing is, even though it has a look, even though it has a style, the places that you go still feel
every neighborhood in that game is different.
Different.
Yeah.
Like if I go back to a hideous clusterfuck of a game back in the day, let me go to Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall.
Never played
it. You're fine. You're better off for it. Everybody, like when people say like, start with Morrowind, that's fine because that's number 3. That's actually in 3D.
Yeah.
Daggerfall was procedurally generated,
okay,
right? And it had the world was bigger than any of the worlds in any of the other games, right? But you walk into a village. Right?
Right. It's a Minecraft village.
It is a Minecraft village. All the houses really look like wood.
Same, but different.
They all look that same like Minecraft wood house, right?
Yeah.
How do all the characters look? The same kind of Minecraft looking people, right?
Yeah.
Now, was there a lot of variety to it? Yes.
Yeah.
And was it really cool that no 2 games are going to play the same? Because if you go into this cave,
it's going to be different next time.
It's going to be different, but that also means that because it's procedurally generated, the key that the monster has might generate inside a wall.
Right, and so you're hard locked out of the game. Yeah.
And this predates updates like this. So they would release like additional software.
Yeah.
To fix this crap.
To fix it, yeah.
Yes.
I seem to recall Mike fighting with that game quite a bit.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And so there's this thing of like, I think you and I have said this is like, if you're going to do a city, you can make one city, one place, have as much character as the entire like countryside. Like, tell me this. This is the thing is like you can't tell me that in Fallout, which I enjoy, but there's this thing where it's like, all right, so where'd you go? It's like, well, I walked in that patch of like busted up cars and dirt. What happened? Like after I went there for a long time, I found a gas station with a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Right?
right. Okay, so yeah, Fallout 3 definitely. So Fallout 4 is a little bit better about that.
Only because the graphics are in higher fidelity.
They are in
That's
higher
it.
fidelity.
That's it.
So,
But
but Fallout's completely different, man, because so like Cyberpunk, you have to travel to get to where you want to go.
yes,
Okay,
you
and
can fast travel, but
you don't. So, especially if you got a motorcycle, and now you can ride the train, so which is kind of fun,
right, right.
But anyway, but like Fallout, the thing that Fallout has gotten me different than any other game, and this includes both 3 and 4, is it's just like I wonder what's over there.
Right. And there's enough weird shit
There's enough
where
weird
it's
shit,
rewarding
yeah.
to yeah,
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 yeah. There's
yeah,
enough weird shit in that universe where it's like, oh, that's kind of neat.
yeah.
So whereas in Cyberpunk, it's kind of like it's a little bit it's different. It's a little bit more intimidating. But I even found that in Red Dead 2 to be or Red Dead 1 to be true. You're in the desert, and every desert is different, so
Right,
it feels different too.
right,
I mean,
right.
Mexico is definitely not America. But then there's parts
No,
of Mexico. It's like,
no.
well, this is the really bad part of Mexico. you know,
There's this part where it's like, I miss the U.S. of A. Man.
I know. Yeah, I'm tired of this place. So,
What do people live
how do you
here?
live here? This.
No, no, no. I totally understand. And that's the challenge is actually putting personality in this. And to Fallout's credit, once you hit certain landmarks, you would find things that do have some like handcrafted appeal to it.
You would.
But there's a lot of space in between
There's a
those
lot of
places.
space in between those places. I mean, well, The Witcher 3 was guilty of that too. So there's a lot of villages that it's like, okay, yay, another shithole. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, this shithole.
Oh, this shithole. Yeah, I
Wow.
remember
Wow.
this one. This is the one with the guy, So the actual blacksmith.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the one with the little kid who always runs in front of me and Roach. Got it.
Uh,
Yeah.
see, all right. At least this is the thing is I played New Vegas. You played New Vegas, right?
I played New Vegas.
Okay. New Vegas has problems, and the complaints are valid. There's a whole shit ton of um, like the gameplay of Conversations is 10 times better than any other ones. But
Oh, in New Vegas? Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
But that being
You got a
said,
lot of skill checks in that are really nice. So they're kind of like, oh man, I wish I could do that. Now I'm gonna
yes,
get in a fight.
yes, yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. There was no sense of that. Yes, 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 no, but I'll be back later to say yes.
That's definitely
Um,
the next Fallout. That's
yeah,
Fallout 4.
yeah. Um, but to its the thing there is minus the landmarks
Yeah.
of the strip
The dinosaur.
of the dinosaur of the Air Force Base
Air
of
Force
like
Base.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. The land in between is so
It
utterly
is
unremarkable.
so ugly too. It is just hideous and like there's things about it, it's like, oh, I see a mosquito over there. Let me stay away from that.
Did I love the game? Yeah, I
Yeah.
absolutely did. I thought it was great. But like I said, it's not without its problems.
It's
There are a lot of people. A lot of people love to have a pantheon of like perfect games. That you are not being objective, my friend.
Yeah, no, I know they like to put that. So I played it way later after I'd played Fallout 4. So
Oh yeah,
it's got that really unfortunate thing that
yeah.
happens in some games when you play a newer version and then you go back to an older version and you're like, my God, this is ugly. Why does he move like that? Why can't I do this with this gun? Kind of thing.
Patrick, why
So
is
that happens
you're right? Why is the game that people go back to Diablo 2 and not Diablo 1?
because it's just it's like all the mechanics in that game are really solid. So and I
They
mean,
took everything from the first game.
and just dialed it up, which is exactly what it needed to do.
Right,
Yeah, and then
right.
you go play Diablo 3, and it's kind of like, oh, It's all this plot crap. You know?
There's all this plot crap. Everything
Yeah.
looks kind of like weird and plasticky. It doesn't have the same sort of
The
like,
lighting was weird in that game too.
yeah, it doesn't have that same sort of like depression that Diablo 2 has.
It doesn't have the same sense of scale either. And I got to tell you,
Yeah,
that's what happened to
yeah,
me in Diablo
you're right.
4. It was like, all right, so you move around like Doom Guy, okay? So you can get to the fucking spawn points and stuff like that. But the game is so liberally generous with everything.
Right,
So it's
right.
like, oh, you need some loot? Blah, here's a lot of loot. It's like, here's a really good sword. It's like, but I just found a really. We're not even equated together. So I haven't killed
Yeah,
the obligatory 1,000 monsters with this one yet. Well, this one's got a +1 stat, and this one's got a +2. Okay, I'll take that one. So there's no sense of needing to make do with what you got in that game. And then, I mean, like the story is weird. I don't know if you played it, but you're kind of going through and you're like, oh man, that looks pretty far. But then you're just doom guying it around. And it's like, well, that wasn't very far at all, man. And I didn't have to fight any of those guys. And I could ignore those people asking for help over there. And oh, there's another guy. He's a player. He's doing something. So he's going to take care of those guys, whatever. And then you do a couple like really, really soft kind of like plot point stuff. And
right.
then all of a sudden, you're in the fucking bad fight. You're fighting the bad guy, and you're like, "Wait a minute, what?" So okay, let me.
So it just
Let,
it went from mid act one.
it felt like it. All of a sudden, it's like, "All I did was a couple things, and now here's the lady that
Yeah,
I'm supposed to kill." It's like, all right, so this has got to be one of those tricks where like she's gonna rise up from the dead, or she's gonna transform
right,
into
right.
a fucking second monster with more teeth and more arms, or something, So, but no, then you hit her and dang, she's dead, and it's like credits, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, no, all right. So this too, when we talk about like not respecting your time, I would argue that for being everyone's favorite, yes, Diablo 2 does not,
Does not respect your time.
but that's what you want.
Kind of what you
That's
want out of that game.
if you're going for their okay. So I've made my beef with this before when it talks to like I hate to be all like Reaganist where it's kind of like I didn't leave Castlevania left me. But
But it did.
well, because here's the thing: is
Yeah.
it goes from this 1, 2, 3, 4 and Rondo. It goes from this very the stages matter, the placement matters,
Yeah.
the weapon choice matters, right? It's progressive. You go from level to level. That's the challenge,
Yeah.
right? And then in the middle, it becomes a goddamn
It's an
gear and
RPG.
leveling game.
It's gear and leveling game, and then 3 it goes back to where it was. So,
Well, no. I even count 2 in the original series, even though 2 has its problems.
my brother loved that fucking game.
Look,
So
minus
only
some
played it a
quirks
few
to it.
times.
There's a decent game in there,
yeah,
right? There's a decent game in there, but there's a couple of things like, uh, even in like 1988 or when that came out, you're like, I don't know how you made these decisions. I don't know why you
Yeah.
thought that walking around and chucking holy water at everything just to
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
it's a fake block is
Oh yeah.
like this is
Yeah, that did take
ridiculous.
a while. Yeah.
But I did like I actually like the story of it. I like the time element. I like the whole thing where you're recollecting Dracula's body to go to resurrect him and kick his ass again because he put a
Yeah.
curse on you. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is kind of cool. But yeah, the third game kicks its ass
The third game is
7
so
days a
much
week
fun.
and twice on Sunday.
That's like one of the most fun games that I remember.
But I mean, there's so much to it, right? So much to it. The different pathways, the different people that you can play as, right? The fourth game on the Super Nintendo, great. I don't love it as much as other people do. Rondo of Blood, probably the best game in the series. Most people never played it. Why? Because it was on the fucking it was on the PC engine. It was on the fucking TurboGrafx 16 CD.
Yeah, no.
Which no one had.
I only knew one guy who had one, and he did not.
And he couldn't play that game anyway because you had to import it from Japan.
Yeah, he didn't. He never.
You would have to have a Japanese PC engine to play it. But later on, like, this game is virtually perfect. And then when it comes into it's like, now this is a gear and leveling game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine if that's what it's supposed to be,
but
not
that ain't the
series,
same.
no.
That's basically wearing the face of what I'm trying to play here. Right?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So there are times when you come back on a game and you're like, why do people keep coming back to 2? And then you have this, and it's like,
Diablo
okay,
2,
yeah. And that's where it's like, well, because these later games are wearing Diablo's face, but they are not the. That's not. That's not
4
what they
is
came
kind of
for.
like 2. It's just it's not it's done by people who didn't play 1 and 2 that much,
Or at least
so
know
and
what people liked about it.
or yeah, exactly. Or I think my guess is they probably listened to the fans a little bit too much on it because it's like, yeah, more gear, more loot, want to level up faster, want cool moves, blah blah blah, more customization, and then so they just went with all that. But I mean, one of the cool things about Diablo 2, which is kind of like one of the cool things about Cyberpunk. So my one criticism about Cyberpunk after they've changed it, I get it. Okay, so I don't have to wear hot pink pants anymore in order a level bonus. But there was a little charm to that.
There was absolute charm to that. There was.
It forced you to kind of get into it, man. And now it's like, well, so you have an outfit, but then you can wear armor, and what your armor or whatever it is shows doesn't affect what your guy looks like.
Right.
But you can't
right.
see yourself in first person anyway, and so it's like it doesn't really matter unless
Right.
you're riding around on a motorcycle, and then you can check out your hot ass and pink pants, or whatever.
Right. Right.
But it doesn't make any difference. Like all the other games where, okay, if you're playing, you get new armor in The Witcher, you look completely different now. So,
Correct.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like I hate the way this looks, but I like my +3, or whatever.
Well, and you're right. That was part of the game was there was no worse offender for this than Fallout, where
Oh yeah,
your
you're
choice.
wearing a tire. Oh man, it's just fucking funny.
When you go to the numbers, you're like, well, this is substantially
way
better than
yeah.
anything I have. So I've got 2 choices here. I'm like, and you and I both, we look down the barrel list at the same time. It's like, so I can look and feel like a retard.
Yeah, exactly.
And take a couple more hits.
Or
I have to change the way I play.
Yeah, or I have to change the way that I play. Yeah. So,
and I changed the way that I play. I couldn't.
I couldn't be wearing the Raider armor anymore, man. So it's like, am I really wearing a fucking football helmet? Really?
I agree. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. And again, I don't mind that being in the game because it forced me to make choices.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right? And at least in the to Cyberpunk's credit, because they did overhaul it, I did get to play the version of this game where it's like, God, I look terrible. It's like, why does this sleeveless shirt actually give me better? Why does it come in different colors? Does it have to be fuchsia? It's like,
right.
Why am I wearing these fucking Zubaz pants?
Why am I wearing a bra?
It's like, I'm wearing a do-rag. I'm wearing this backwards baseball cap. I'm wearing an actual, like...
Got a feather boa.
Feather boa? I'm wearing the helmet that they give people in court because they're afraid they're going to spit on people. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's got that, like, shield on it. I'm like,
right.
This looks like a football helmet in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you go out and you see people dressed just like that. So it was kind of like, all right, man.
Well,
we must be in Rome.
It did have, I mean, that's the thing, is you'll never, it did have, it did have a variety of NPCs that would walk by and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're right. There's a version of this where you're like, all right, no matter what I look like, I'll never look as bad as that fat guy.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Open Hands walks. Yeah. But see, that was cool. And I mean, okay, so that was a thing that was a problem at the beginning. You'd have like, you'd see like 3 of the same dudes on the same block. And then I did notice with the last update, Phantom Liberty, it is completely rando, man. I mean, you can find a guy, and you said, well, yeah, I've seen that guy before, but it's been a couple days.
Right, right.
So just the amount of variety out there is just absolutely bananas. So, but I mean, that kind of exists in Fallout too, in some respects,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, well, and definitely in The Witcher. Witcher is probably one of the best games with like how the crowds look. So it looks really good.
I wish they said more things.
I wish they said more things. Yeah.
Either say more things or just shut up. I'm okay with either one, right?
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, there are certain games where hearing the same lines over and over again does sort of, there's like a charm to it if you were there that you know.
Yeah.
But I would say it's 2025. That sort of like
it's going to be AI'd out.
1998 appeal just doesn't
really work anymore, man.
there's no version of the sport you need here. The guy say like, "Master works all, you can't go wrong." And
You're
you've
right.
heard,
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you,
Right. Yeah.
uh, I'm trying. There are some egregious examples. I'm trying to remember because certain games you would hear this constantly. Like you go to the shop, you always hear this.
I'm Herbert Boone. I'm around.
If I recall, I remember one of the worst offenders. If I like, I remember like in Max Payne, the fucking dumb thugs would constantly be saying "pain to the max." Like,
Oh, you remember more about that game than I do then.
well, I mean, that was like when you play with it, they had this random assortment of things that they would say when they were fighting you.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that, for
Mm.
the 100th time. Um, kind of like when I showed you it was that EA Sports game on the Genesis, the '96 edition, where of the random sounds, the tobacco spitting came up every like 9 seconds.
I don't remember that.
I'm like, I can't hear anything but this now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
What was the sport that was being played?
baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I don't think I've ever actually played a baseball game.
really,
Yeah, it's
I love them.
yeah, no, I don't think we had one that was called like we had one for the Commodore way back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was it was so funny because I thought it was busted because you can intentionally walk a guy.
Oh,
Okay, but it had the batter because it was over the shoulder on the pitcher kind of thing, and you had the batter and the catcher. And if you intentionally walked a guy, like the catcher's glove would go way over to the side of the screen and grab the pitch and come back.
oh
I
yeah.
was like, oh, my game's fucking busted. But that's all they could do,
I don't.
that one. And you had to play with the joystick. So, which, yeah. But other than that, I did play quite a bit of Madden. I had Madden all the way for several years, all the way up to the infamous Michael Vick one, which would be what, like
Oh,
five?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's the last one that I actually played, where I did full blown seasons on it and stuff. But I've never gotten to a baseball game, and then I've never played any other sports games other than a little bit of Madden. So it is definitely not in my repertoire of games that I've played in
You
the
never got
past.
cajoled into playing a couple games like NBA Jam or anything like that?
I mean, with you guys, so sometimes we would play that every now and then. But I don't understand basketball, so no, you know.
All right, well, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, I
Fair.
could play NBA Jam, but well, I don't think we played Jam. We played just like whatever the NBA game was. Um,
Well, I'm talking like
Boom Shakalaka.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
played that. My brother had that game, so
yeah.
for the Nintendo, and I think for the Super Nintendo he had Bulls versus Celtics, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
it had Rodman in it. He always had to play, as the
Oh,
Bulls,
there you go. Yeah,
so you
yeah,
could tell who Rodman was.
yeah. I love stuff like that. I
Yeah.
thought that was stuff. I don't know. There's a charm to old school sports games that again, it's still there. And if you're playing the simulation ones, I think that's cool. But there is something where like you guys really were doing the best that you could.
Yeah, they were. Well, and those were your moneymaker games too. Those games made money.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the house that EA built. There was not Battlefield that built EA.
No, nor was it, nor was it Starfield, nor was it Road Rash, nor was it
Yeah, no.
Sword of Sodan, or a bunch of other
No.
Amiga ass games that
Yeah.
they tried to port over to consoles. Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf.
Oh, that game was fun.
That game was
That game was
badass,
way
but
fun.
that was an EA staple, man.
Yeah.
They came out with some great stuff back then.
Yeah, I know. I had some of their shit on the Commodore, man. So way back
Yeah, you're
in
right.
the day.
Yeah.
But that's not where they made their money. They're the ones who got their hands on the sports licenses. So, and those are money makers, man. I mean, you still know people who buy the Madden every year, or
Oh
if
yeah.
they're into
Yeah.
FIFA, they'll buy that every single year.
Well, you mentioned the Commodore a second ago. One of the things that surprised me about the Commodore crowd, right?
Mhm.
So that's the people with those and the ZX Spectrums and all that other stuff from that era of computers. And even still, like now,
Yeah.
there were a lot of people who don't they didn't want to play the sports game. They wanted to play the manager version of those
Yeah,
games.
so my dad had one of those for a Commodore. It was called Earl Weaver Baseball. You couldn't play as a, I mean, all you did was manage.
Did he like it?
He loved it. I thought it
This,
was stupid. So,
it's like, this is the most boring thing I've ever. What do you like about
I
this,
didn't
Dad?
get it at all.
Yeah.
So because you literally watch dots, you know. Yeah,
So you do know what I'm talking
I know exactly what you're talking about. So
about. It was just called Earl Weaver Baseball, like not manager or anything like that.
something like that, man. Yeah, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Earl Weaver?" And Dad's like,
That's just a good question. Who is he?
"He's some baseball guy." So
Oh, yeah.
he's a famous manager, I believe, for the Oreos, but whatever. So you know, my dad loved that game though. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. Because
this is
some
one
of
of the
the
only games that he ever played was like that one, and then because he did not get into any form of gaming. I know your dad played a lot of games.
not it was all sort of like top down strategy type stuff. He did
Yeah,
not.
my dad did not get in any of those. He did Sims, so he would do Flight Simulator.
Right, right, right.
He
Yeah.
did play F-117 Stealth for a while, and we had like Apache 64 longbow or something like that. And then there was one other one that he liked.
Was he playing Falcon?
He tried, but he couldn't do it, so it was too hard for him. So yeah, but he bought it, man. Big old fucking box and like a flight manual in it and everything. It was crazy, man. So he had that. He tried to love that game, and it's just
Oh man, I heard that from you too. I remember those fucking 3 weeks where you tried to convince yourself that, oh man, like fucking PC Gamer gave M1 Abrams Tank Commander like a 98.
like a
Where
98,
is it
man.
coming
Where's
from?
it coming? Yeah.
This must be a great game.
It must start when the actual war with Russia starts. It's like, no, it's even worse. So,
Well, and it was PC Gamer, so you're like, in hindsight, you're like, there was payola
there
involved.
was payola involved, and that's why it said everything was good, Jeff. So,
No, well, the amazing. Don't forget here, PC Gamer gave Star Wars Rebellion like a 33.
it deserved it. Brown was accurate. Kevin and I tried to love that game, man, but so his exploit finding ass figured out how to beat that game real fast. So and half the features in it didn't work. They were supposed to. It said the PC Gamer even said they work, but not well. They don't work. So
Yeah, they came down hard on that game. I remember when you said you were playing it. This immediately what came to mind. I'm like, I don't remember it doing too well in the trades, Pat.
no, it didn't. I mean, but I was really excited to play it.
Yeah,
So I mean, you hadn't played a strategic Star Wars game ever. And then I mean, and they were pretty ambitious with it. It was really poorly executed, and it was just bad. I mean, they tried to do way too many things,
right, right,
so in which means they didn't do any of those things very well.
right, right. And you know
Um,
what? I think you really touched on that. That's kind of like the last part here. Is I think that was sort of that era. Is there were ambition type
sure.
games,
Well,
and you're right. A lot of them just didn't stick the landing.
no, I mean a lot of
Yeah,
them pulled it off, but I mean, you're also talking about a time where like you had the same studios kind of like staying in their own lanes,
right, right.
and but then like a new studio. I mean, like the studios weren't like they were today, where it's just like it's like who the fuck are these guys, kind of thing. All right, so this one's got four different people doing four different things. This one's got 50 doing one thing, and then like there's no consistency in product. You could have one guy produce an awesome game, and then fucking 350 people produce an absolute piece of shit like Skylines 2. So
Yeah,
which just isn't getting better, Jeff. So I tried playing it the other day. It fucking sucks. It's not gonna stick, man. So, and I paid a lot of money for that.
Pat, I did too. I
I was like, I'm gonna get all the DLC, so let me get the thing. Okay. And now, like, they don't even pump out DLC. They're too busy doing whatever they do in fucking Finland, or wherever they're from. I think they're from Finland.
You know what? They're from Northern Europe, and we'll leave it at that.
They're
Um,
from one of those places where
yes,
people like their 10-hour work weeks, whatever.
10-hour work weeks,
So
universal health care, that kind of thing.
yeah,
60% taxes. The Okay, so not only did I pay for all their shit, not only did I play it for a long time, convinced that this is the tank commander thing again. I'm like, I must be missing something. Right? The problem is me, not
the
you.
problem is me, not you.
Right? But on top of that, I feel like I did a lot of free advertising for them because I was like, I'm so hyped for this. I loved this so much. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
see them going wrong.
No,
This is the title I've waited for the most.
for the longest amount of time too. It was a long time, man. So
Correct. And the like
and like some of the ideas in there, like the modular buildings and stuff like that, and like ploppable roundabouts, and you actually get the move it tool kind of in the game.
Yeah.
Stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, this thing's gonna kick ass. And then the economy sucks. It is so awful. It doesn't work. Okay, and it's all based upon, and the same thing's true with like their models, and everything is 3D rendered, which means it runs like absolute hot garbage.
Total ass.
Yeah.
Total
So
ass.
yeah, it's terrible. I mean, it's like, why am I rendering this dog's face? Okay, when I'm flying around at 10,000 feet, stop that. Okay.
Well, I mean, this is
Why are you rendering it all in real time?
okay, but
Kick me over to a mode where I can walk around the streets. Fine. Okay, whatever. So, but man, this is just stupid.
well, that's the thing is you're like, why are you rendering a dog's face, but the firefighters don't get out of the fire truck?
Exactly. Yeah. There's a ton of little things like that. It's like, wait a minute, the cranes on the ships don't work, really? So they did in the last game. What the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you had, I mean, this is the
Just little animations like
this.
that.
We're talking about. We just talked about. It's like, why do people not go back to Diablo 1? And it's like, well, because you couldn't run. All right,
No, you can't run.
you're just playing, just like,
Slow,
right?
but Diablo One's got its own charm
Of
too.
course it
The
does.
thing is like you start to realize it was like, wait a minute, I played Diablo 2. Where's my? I should be able to have like 4 jewelry slots and 2 weapons.
And like, okay, well,
there's no sets in here. Damn, those are my favorite things.
when I ran out of space, I had to throw things in the cube.
Right, yeah,
That was extra storage.
Right, yeah.
Where's the cube in this
There's
game?
no cube.
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing here about like Skylines is all you had to do was take a look and say like, yes, but more and a little bit better.
Yes, but more and a little bit better. And see, the thing is they had so many roadmaps through not just like an amazing community. Okay,
They're one of the best.
they had one of the best, one of the least fightiest communities out there, and it just ripped it in half because half of them were like, "Oh no, yeah, these guys are great," blah blah blah, and the other guys are like, "Are you playing the same fucking game?" It was like, "You need to come over to the dark side here, man." So, but then just realizing that. I mean, even just really simple things like making maps that don't fucking blow. Their maps are awful. They are. I mean, come on, dude. There's guys out there who have dedicated YouTube channels about making maps. Okay, like fucking cartographers, and stuff like this. Nah, we're gonna make one of where our corporate headquarters is, and then we're gonna do another one
Right.
like this. It's like an island with a volcano, and then this one here is gonna be like some rivers and stuff. And everybody's like, but you can't build anywhere on these. What the fuck, man? Did you fire your map guy?
The shame of this not being a video is you guys did not see the limp-wristed display that
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
that Pat summarized all of Europe with.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
This is killing me.
I mean, it was utterly devoid of personality. It was a little. I mean, again, like the winner about the thing that made Skylines work compared in the last one was okay. You had set roads in SimCity. The free building on this was
Amazing.
the real winner, right?
It was amazing.
The fact that like so many games that do this kind of thing fuck up so badly, but you had so many options on this, so it's like, okay, so let's take the traffic link. We can add to it. We have a game plan that works.
Yep.
Because the game is, look,
The game's just a people mover game. That's all it does.
Well, it's a city building game, but the whole thing is it means it. It's like this is It's about traffic management, and it's about traffic management through stages of development.
Yeah.
Right. And it knew what it was doing.
Dude, it was awesome when you made long-term plans and they actually worked out 20 years later.
Oh, you're so proud of yourself.
Hey, you're like, man, I'm good at this shit, man. I should be mayor of my city. And then you're flying into town, and you're like, oh, I know what that is. That's an industrial zone.
You're not kidding.
Blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, okay, it's like, wait a minute, what do you mean I have to have a homeless shelter? Why? You know? And it's like, there's all kinds of, what do you mean I have to have low-rent apartments?
Like, how dare you?
How dare you? Who are you to tell me what I need? Okay, that's my job. So,
it's like, so the low rent apartments, okay, that's fine. Those are in San Jose.
Right,
but
yeah,
this is not the city of
San Jose.
You commute in here.
Yeah.
Right, no, you're absolutely right. It's like,
well, it was just, they're telling you what to do. Okay, yes. And I don't like it with, like, in any sim game like that when the game starts telling you what to do. It's like, well, don't make a game, make a fucking movie then. Okay, so if it's a sim or if it's a strategic game, and you're making this is why I hate so many of the maps, because they put all the roads on them and they put all the interchanges.
Oh, right,
like, motherfucker, I want to build that. You know, it's like they should have a dirt road that goes through the middle of it, and I'm going to turn it into fucking Manhattan. You know, so I mean, like, come on, man, give me some credit. I see there's a lot of war games that do that too, but I can sniff those out a lot faster. And Skylines 2. Skylines 2 kind of fooled me there for a little bit. But I remember even arguing with it on the podcast. It was like, why am I broke? Why is my city fucking broke?
I told you, I was like, well, here's how I make mint money every single minute.
Without a city. You're basically just a business.
Well, because the commerce was based off of how many things you connected to outside grids.
I know. Yeah.
So all I did was I extended the grids all the way out to the edges of the map here. And because that meant intercity commerce,
yeah,
from just having roads, and because again, this is something that should have worked. I love that idea when you're leading that road off there and it says like to San Mateo, or this is where this goes off to Charleston or whatever. Brilliant idea. What do you do with that?
Yeah.
Well, more of them equals more money.
Right. Well, yeah, and then they're charging you rent for each one of your tiles, too. I was like, who the fuck thought of that? So I was like, you just, I mean, there was just so many things in there that was just like, nobody thought this stuff out. You're trying to make the game that you think that you would play and how you want other people to play it.
Right.
And I don't like it when games do that.
Hey, so, yeah. Look, this is the same argument that I use with media. It goes with games. Games fucked up for like the past 6 years. They are finally starting to walk that back. Look, when it comes down to the people that are buying your games, right? Remember who your market is. And so if you're making something for guys, okay, make it for guys. Yeah, I understand. I'm not trying to do this, but there's this thing where it's like, we need underrepresented voices. I'm like, no, you need to take care of the represented voices first, right? Don't go here and say
stop trying to cater it towards an audience. Just make something that like a lot of people can play a lot of different ways.
Well, there's that for like a city builder game, of course.
Sure.
Of course. Yeah. Now, if you're going to make a World War II shooter, right, and it's going to be 91% guys.
Yeah. You better have really good reload animations.
And it needs to be a product that guys like. Don't go in there and have the staff be like half women on this, because this is where...
Yeah, I don't think there's too many of that. World War II shooters. World War II shooters. World War II shooters.
Well, there aren't that many World War II shooters right now. But, I mean, that's the same thing here. And, like, when you get down to cities, I don't know if it's completely a women thing. I don't think it is. But I think there's a version of this where they kept soliciting...
It's a European thing. So
I think they kept soliciting things from people that weren't really part of the design team. They're like, what do you think should be in this? Like, well, what are you doing about the homeless problem? I was like, we don't have them. We throw them in the dump.
I thought we had an incinerator for that.
Well, we do. In like 20 turns when you get the when you get the incinerator, you put them. You put them in regular garbage until you can get. Until you can. The same thing goes. It's like, so we have crematoriums now, huh? all right, well, let's exhume all these bodies, put them
See, that was always weird in that game. I just got to be blunt about
in
that.
the trash.
The little tiny landfills and stuff. So I mean, like then that's cool that they actually went in a different direction on that one, man. But I'm just telling you, man, like the game, it's staff, and I don't care about its composition, who it was made up of, but they just didn't make a game that allowed you to play it in as many ways as you could play the first one. So regardless of who's on that fucking staff, that should be your baseline right there. Can you do more shit in the second one than you can in the first one? And if you build an economy where the answer is no, you actually have to do less stuff and they have to go in perfect order of operations, or you do some bullshit when you buy every tile and connect all the cities. Yeah. Well, in order to make money, that's just bad. That's just bad design, man. And I mean, I see that with some other games too. And I've seen it. The place where I really see it is board games. Okay. I review. There's a couple board game channels that I follow, and I love board games. I love finding ideas from them and stuff like that. I've actually been using Grok to help me make another board game.
That's fantastic.
It's easy, man. I mean, it's like, hey, let's do some artwork and give me some ideas on this and stuff. But anyway, you see it there where okay, so you're not making you're making a story that you want me to experience as a board game. So there's a specific way I have to play it. So it's not a board game, that's a puzzle. Okay, and that's fine, okay? But tell me it's a fucking puzzle. Okay, don't tell me it's a fucking game.
Well, okay, so again, there's a reason that there's an entire genre of game out there that they call essentially walking simulators.
Yeah, no, I've seen them.
Yeah, you know how this goes. It's like, okay, well, you are making a movie. You're giving me this base level of interaction so that I feel like I'm responsible for the things that you say happen. Yeah. Okay, if you like that, great.
That's fine.
But as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, this isn't like the whole point of video games, at least for me, the thing that distinguishes it as a medium is giving the agency to the player.
Well, I don't, yeah, okay. I mean, like, kind of, but I mean, there is a market out there for people who basically experience them as like graphic novels that you can actually like throw the guy around. Sure. So you can make an argument that every Rockstar game is basically that. So, because
every Rockstar game is a 12-hour narrative with 75 hours of fucking around.
Yeah, you get to decide the fuck around part.
That is
but
correct.
The rest of it is on rails. So,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, even Cyberpunk was that way. You can't really change that much in Cyberpunk. You got like 6 different endings. Okay?
Right.
And 4 of them are bad. One of them's tolerable, So it's kind of like, all right, so there's not like a spectrum of like, yay, flowers and roses, and you get to keep all your cyberware, and you get to live, versus you basically get stripped of all your cyberware, and now you regret everything you ever did.
Bro, that's the fucking. Those are the Star Wars game. It's like, did you get the light side or the dark side?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're right. No, there used to be that, but yeah, you're right. Well, and I mean that's the thing is
Fallout New Vegas is the one that's probably got the most agency in it. So,
well, your points count.
Your points count. Yeah,
your points count. Now that being said, that's the Fallout 4 problem was they took the point system,
they
really simplified it,
very much so simplified it,
and put it in a way where like. You can actually be kind of good at everything.
Don't worry about it, man. I mean, you'll get there eventually once you get that pistol and that trench coat. You'll be fine.
And I'll say this. There are probably a lot of people who, and again, their feedback is just as valid, who they say, like, you know what I don't like about these role-playing games? Like, what? I don't like every time I level up, I spend the next 45 minutes just kind of like slow walking and thinking about, what do I gain? What do I lose?
Did I fuck it up? Do I have to go back and get a new save?
Because you and I both know, like back in the day, you're like, these consequences matter. Now
they could matter, yeah.
They could. And to be fair, like most games are so generous where even if you get locked in, they'll have a part where they can say like, all right, hey, dude, come here.
You can pay this guy 5,000 gold for that elixir,
and he'll flush you.
He'll flush it clean. Yeah.
Like, do I lose anything? Just the money, dog.
Just the money, dog. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, the new Cyberpunk is just like, I'm just going to go on the computer and delete. It's like, how, man? I got all my skin back. How? Did you guys save this?
Well, it's skin-oleum. It's almost as
Oh,
good
yeah.
as the real deal,
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a little spongy. No.
but I think it's actually twice as good as regular skin.
Right.
It's really rain resistant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's not gonna freeze up on you.
No, no, and if you look at the way it's grooved, you get great traction on the road,
Right, yeah, exactly.
and we prorate it.
It was great cheese with it.
There you go. All right, all right, okay.
Ugh. Arm cheese.
They-
All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Jeffrey.
Hitting the button.
Yep.